How's that? Can you hear me now? Can you hear it? Can you hear now? Anything? Anything? Anybody? Anybody? Any sound? Any sound? Nothing? Nothing? Yes, no, maybe sometimes. Okay, can you hear me? Anybody? This is ridiculous. Okay, it looks like we're getting some. Okay, all right. I still had it set to my iPhones, to my headphones, so when I do the two videos. So could you see me? I'm watching on my iPad right now, so it's probably going to be a little bit of delay. But what I'm doing is like I said, start all over again. Hi, this is John. Welcome to John's Long Box. I'm kind of going a little stir crazy. I realized that 1 week at home with nothing to do is about the absolute limit I could deal before going a little bit crazy. So I'm doing. I'm not allowed to drive yet, so I'm just sleeving, and I figure I'll go live, see what everybody has to say. I won't be able to pull up the comments because the camera's over there, and I'm just watching on regular YouTube. So, Haldir, how you doing? Past Master Dan, Dale A. Yes, this is another view from my basement. I normally record right over there. How you doing, Dale A? Okay, so wow, how many people? 5 people watching. I always forget John is shaving. His first appearance just surprises me. It's funny because I went out to get the mail, and the lady next door saw me for the first time, and she was like, "Who's that stranger going into John's house?" So these are Black Panther cards. So this game is called Dice Throne, and it comes with sleeves. It came with sleeves. So this is the rule book for the game. It came with sleeves. Normally, I'm not a sleeve guy because sleeves are just an added expense, and I got so many games. I don't play the same games a lot, but they came with them. So I'm gonna sleeve. I played last night. My buddy Adam came over. I was the Black Widow, and he was the Black Panther. And I might as well show the board. And I beat him twice, but man, it was close. It was close. Black Panther, Black Widow has a lot of you got to level up. You got to level up. Black Panther has a lot of as you hit him, he absorbs your energy, and then he just wallops. So you don't want to hit him for small attacks. You want to hit him for big attacks. It was a lot of fun. So this is what I'm doing. Each character comes with sleeves. There's 32 cards. So I started doing this already, and I was like, you know what? I'll just talk to people. Just keep me from going crazy. So anybody ever played Dice Throne? Anybody at the board? I figured this would be appropriate since it's Marvel Dice Throne, but there's a different. It started out just like generic fantasy, and then they did Santa Claus vs. Krampus. I figured I'd open this up later, and then they did Marvel Dice Throne, and the first one is like Avengers kind of stuff. Here is the box. So we got Thor, Captain Marvel, Miles Morales, Loki, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, Black Panther, Doctor Strange. And then they just came out with the second season, as they call it, with the X-Men. I didn't get that one yet. I'm kind of, the more I'm into making my own comic, the less disposable income I have for board games. So I'm kind of, low ebb on buying new board games. And plus, I can't fit them anymore. As you can see in my lair is full. I got boxes. You can't see it, but I got boxes all over here of board games I still got to open. So, I'm actually looking at a couple of games that I'm going to sell or give away, like Star Trek Catan. I got regular Catan. I don't need Star Trek Catan. So, comment away in the... Oh, I just realized I'm probably not seeing some comments because you guys are... I'm only watching on YouTube. Let me see what happens if I watch on StreamYard. Is it going to cause interference? If it causes interference, I'll jump right out of it. But I have my iPad over here set to YouTube, so I can, because there's nobody home but me and my wife. She goes to work like a couple of days a week. But since, you know, I smashed my work car, her car is going to become my car. I got to get a new car. Let's see, is this going to cause feedback? If it causes feedback, I'll turn it off immediately, and then I just won't be able to. What? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. This seems to be working. Okay, cool. I allowed my iPad without my mic and camera. So at least I could see all the comments. Okay, cool. That works. What geeks do? I've never played role playing and I regret it. Where do you live? What geeks do? My big problem is I get these grandiose ideas, and then, you know, back in college we finished a campaign because we when I lived at Stony Brook is out here on Long Island. Everybody would go home for like Stony Brook was like a local college. Everybody from Long Island went to Stony Brook, and they would go home on the weekends to hang out with their friends. And I'm like, I didn't go to college to go away home on the weekends. So Thursday night was the party night, and we used to have kegs of beer, DJ parties, and a blast. And then Friday and Saturdays, it was like watching TV. So we started playing Risk. We started playing other board games, and then it turned into Dungeons and Dragons. And I love that. So we actually had a full campaign. But now, as an adult, it's hard to get people. So the superhero role-playing game is pretty good. It's more episodic. You don't really, you know, think of each session as an individual comic book. You don't really. Oh, cool! They got extra sleeves. This is the rule card, so we put that in here, and then the extra sleeves I'll just put on the bottom, and I might as well show you. Each character has their own dice. So, yeah, we play. I had to cancel last because I'm not on painkillers, but I was on muscle relaxants, and I just couldn't focus. So I just stopped everything. I just wake up in the morning and I take regular old ibuprofen, you know, and take my vitamins. I'm a wuss. I get drunk on one beer. So those muscle relaxants were really messing up my focus. I couldn't write. I couldn't do anything. But look at this. This is everything you need for the Black Widow in one package. It's really neat. And then it slides right in here. All right. So now I got the Black Panther that I'm going to sleeve. So here's the Black Panther sleeves. And ask me anything. Ask you what you want to do. Ask, you know. This is just an impromptu. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the DDs and Demigods. That Monster Manual seemed to get a good reaction. So, but today I have Laurie Cunningham at 7 p.m. We're going to have a conversation. She does the Sister Grimm comics. She was one of the very first people to ever come on my channel. She was a lot of fun, and she's cross-promoting me on with her network of friends. So that's pretty cool. So 7 p.m. Laurie Cunningham will be on, and that'll be fun. So every character gets a dial. They start out with 50 hit points, and then every character gets a round dial. That's like combat points. Think of that as like it's like currency. You spend the combat points to power the cards, and then some characters get tokens. So the Black Panther gets these 8 kinetic energy tokens, and he gets this Wakanda necklace, and you know certain die rolls will trigger those, and then he gets, you know, 1, 2, and 3 are these claws. I don't know if you could see them, and then 4 and 5 are these like vibranium symbols, and then 6 is the Black Panther. And of course, you roll the dice. It's like Yahtzee. You roll the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 dice. You roll the dice. You keep the ones you want. You roll 2 more times, and then you consult your little chart. Like a small straight will trigger this power. 4 panther heads will trigger this power. The green is the defense, and so on. It's pretty easy. If you ever played King of Tokyo, it's like you can play as many people as you want, but it's basically I think it's best as a two-player game. So, Southern New Jersey. Well, if you ever come to Long Island, we'll play. I'm just gonna look at the Oh, Chaldea's putting in my links. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, cool. Heroic Tales, Southern New Jersey. Hey, J-Bot, how you doing? How's everything? How's it doing? So I'm just sleeving this, and there's 32. Each character gets 32 cards. I think 20 of the cards are the same, and 12 cards are unique to each character. I'm not gonna say that that's gospel, but it's something like that. Like it's mostly the same. The cards are mostly the same. I didn't know I could enter this without that. That might save me a lot of time. So oh, and I might as well tell you that, like, if you're playing, these are all the rules right here, and this explains all the timing issues, so there's never any argument. So the first thing you do is you upkeep. You draw a card from your deck. You give yourself a combat point. The second thing you do is upkeep is sometimes these little tokens you got to trigger something, like the Black Widow has time bombs, so you gotta time down the bomb. So it starts with 2, you flip it to 1, and then when it's at 1, it detonates. So it's really stressful because the player knows they're taking 4 damage in the future, and there's nothing they can do about it. Well, there is. You roll a die. If you roll a 6, you can get rid of it. And then, of course, there's dice that let you change. There's cards that let you change to 6 and stuff like that. But do you want to waste it for 4 damage? But it all adds up. It's a fun strategy game. So that's the first thing. Upkeep phase. That's you deal with all the tokens. Second is you draw your card. You get a CP, combat point as they call it, and then it's the main phase. That's where you play your cards. You play all your cards, and then after you play all your cards, you roll your dice. You roll the dice once, you keep the ones you want. You roll the dice the second time, you keep the ones you want, and then the third dice, whatever you roll, you keep. And then you consult your chart to see which attack you did. And if you get all 6s, that's your ultimate attack. And that is so fun when you do the ultimate attack. Because it's unblockable. There's nothing anybody can do about it, and it's so rare. And it's funny because yesterday, when I was playing Adam, I first roll, I got 4 6s, and then I used a card to turn the other 2 into 6s. And first attack, ultimate attack. it was very, very satisfying. Oh, J-Bot asks, how am I feeling? I'm more bored and frustrated than anything else. I have a doctor's appointment next week. I'm going to get I forget if it's a CAT scan or an MRI. I have a fracture, so they don't want me driving, especially since I passed out. So I got to go see my regular doctor about that. Is it diabetes? Was it heat stroke? We don't know. But so, and where am I going to go? I'm trying not to spend any money. I have full coverage insurance, which means I should be getting my full pay, but that hasn't kicked in yet. So I'm just not spending any money. We're eating leftovers. So it's just annoying when you have nothing to do, but you don't want to spend money and you can't drive. So, fortunately, I have this basement of infinite delights where I could do whatever I want. But, as I was saying earlier, I was taking muscle relaxants, and it just made it so I couldn't focus. They gave me what was it called? Oxycontin for painkillers. I threw that away. I have addictive personality. I'm scared to take painkillers. So I took no painkillers, but I did take the muscle relaxers because I was beat up. If I took my shirt off, my skin was as purple as this tray. It was really gross. My wife started crying when she saw, it was bad. And then my wife started crying when we went to pick up the car. I felt bad. I love that car. So it was rough, but all things considered, it's not that bad. Airbag saved my life. So I'm sitting here sleeving cards because I have a list of things that I wanted to do when I had time off, but like I wanted to go build shelves out in the shed, and I want to make the shed. I have bins and bins and bins of action figures. I used to collect all the action figures until I ran out of room. So now I don't have any. The shed is for for lawn care, but I hire a guy to come and do my lawn. So the shed is just empty. and it's beautiful and clean and dry. So I want to make it the Fortress of Solitude. That was what I was going to do, but I can't use power tools. I can't do stuff like that right now. That could mess up my healing process. So I'm doing little nonsense things, like sleeving cards. I've been digging Mignola's art lately and want to get into stuff. Where should I start? I mean, I love Mignola. I'm a Hellboy freak. So this is like a little card that explains all the tokens, and then this is like the player board. I just love when games do all of this. So where should you start with Mignola? I mean, I would start with Hellboy, and the first Hellboy story is the Conqueror Worm. So I know that there's a trade paperback, the Conqueror Worm trade paperback. So I would get that, and it's good because it's written by John Byrne and drawn by Mike Mignola. That's a good place to start. I mean, if you really want to go nuts, get the library edition, Hellboy library edition #1. It's just great. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but it's totally worth it. Doctor Strange. That's what I recommend. I mean, I'm that kind of freak. You got to start at the beginning, But that's what I would recommend. And to be honest, I don't like what Mignola does, Marvel and DC. It just doesn't look right. His style is not suited for that, if you ask me. Here's the Doctor Strange dice. He's got that like magic rings, magic books. I love his cape. I love custom die. I'm such a sucker for it. I'm just making sure that he has the right tokens. So it says he has 5 dice, a health dial, a CP dial, a hero board, this leaflet, 32 cards. So he has 2 Crimson Bands of Star tokens, 4 Premonition tokens, and 2 Deja Vu. Okay, so that he has all that. So now I can sleep. Any more comments? I'm trying not to turn my head, but I do. And yeah, I'm not in any pain, guys. Just bored. Just bored. So, anybody have anything else to say? You know what? Here, I didn't realize I could do this. So I'll do this. If anybody wants to pop in, talk. There you go. Cool. I'm learning every day. If anybody wants to pop in and talk with me. How many people are watching this? 45 people are watching this? Wow. Well, I guess nobody else is streaming right now. So what do you guys, I had a little snarky turn last night. What do you guys think of snipe streaming? And if you don't know what that means, that's, you take, I got this, my Monster Manual was an hour and a half. So somebody else plays my Monster Manual video. What do you think about that? I think, I just think that's just so cheap. It's just so cheap. Make your own content. You know what I mean? So I said stripe streaming is gay, and apparently I'm a bad guy for saying that. So I don't know. I think so. I'm at work sleeving DVDs. Oh, cool. What do you do? What do you do? And anybody, there's the link. What's this video about? It's about nothing. It's about me being bored. I'm sleeving cards. And try not to go nuts. I'm getting a little stir crazy. So I just turned on the camera, figured I'd talk to people while talking about dice throwing. And I put a link. In here if anybody wants to. I'll make it starred. Does that make it stand out? It's starred. So I don't know. There's a link here if anybody wants to pop in and talk with me. It's just like I said. This whole channel was just like a proxy for me talking to fellow comic book nerds for during COVID, and so it's just I wanted to just talk to other people and have nerdy conversations, and for the longest time it was just me talking to nobody, and now I'm talking to so many people. It's exactly what I wanted. It's a lot of fun. I don't care for snipe streaming. It's a low form of content like reaction. Yeah, absolutely. I don't like e-fapping. I don't like, it's one thing to, you know what, You know what Dale A said last night on this channel? What do you think of that? Oh, I think this. That's one thing. You know, a topic of discussion is one. Oh. I think my Roomba is going to start. But I think it's just low hanging fruit. You know, to me, it's like I don't have anything to say, so I'm going to take somebody who's more interesting than me and try to steal, you know, his time and effort. JBot, I own a store that sells retro video games and movies. Fun for the whole. Oh, cool. Where is it? Put your name in. You know, shout it out. Give yourself a plug. That sounds interesting. And the more I see this world getting crazier and crazier, the more I'm for physical media. You know, I don't like ebooks. A couple of people have been sending me PDF files of their comics, and to be honest, I tell them, I said thank you, but I don't know if I'm going to read it. You know, especially now that I'm home. Like I would read it if I was commuting to work and needed something to read, but now that I'm home, I got so many comics and stuff. So I don't like reading on my computer, and I don't like that things are getting edited. So it's cool. These Doctor Strange cards have cool art, like magic signals and stuff like that on them. So yeah, old school player in Lexington, South Carolina. Oh, okay. Embrace vintage and traditional holiday and abandon the monster. Yes, absolutely. You know, we are heading towards 1984. So, what do you guys? Which dystopian future are we? What was that? Please don't start, Roomba. Which dystopian future are we heading towards? Are we heading towards 1984 or Brave New World? I thought we were heading towards 1984, but college I argued so much for 1984. But I'm realizing that we want our oppression. The average person wants to be oppressed. Govern me harder, Daddy. So this is Doctor Strange is done. You know, there we go. Oh, we got it like that. I just love these little compartments. It's everything, you know. And I think you could buy them on their own. Oh, that's Black Panther. I already did that one. Can't get it in. Whatever jokes you want. So here we got Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. It better not be neither dystopia. You miss the best parts of comics when you go digital. Yes. I famously argued with one guy and I realized I was just being a pest and I dropped it, but I don't like CGC comics. So here we got Carol Danvers. I don't like CGC comics. To me, they're no longer comics. They become cards, you know, big plastic cards. Okay, so she gets cosmic flares. So I got a punch. Where's the cosmic flares? These are little standees that you could use in another game. Okay, so she gets cosmic flare. How many cosmic flares does she get? Okay, she gets 2 cosmic rays. Okay, so she gets these two tokens. Put them in the token holder, and leaflet here. We'll put 4 cosmic flares. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 radiants. Okay, 3 radiants. And then you put them in there. And then this goes back. I'll just put the stack over here. All right. Then I gotta open. You can all laugh. I have such difficulty opening these. If AA takes over, I have no mouth and I must scream. That's a dystopian. You're gonna laugh. I can't open this up. I gotta go get a knife. I'll show this off too. This is something funny. This is my honorary passport for the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. So, lifetime member. Every year they send me a passport sticker. So I joined in 2014. This is my 10-year sticker, and it's just fun. It's just a fake passport. You know, I got matches from the Gilman House. This is my passport to Ankh-Morpork from the Terry Pratchett books. This you know, the commemorative, just to let me know the certificate. This is my Cthulhu car sticker. And oh, I keep forgetting about this because it's so hard to see. This is my Miskatonic Asylum certificate of insanity. So I am certifiably insane, and here is my paperwork to prove it. And here's the book for the Shoggoth on the Roof. I told you guys I'm a Lovecraft freak, you know. And then I bought these little statues of Cthulhu game pieces. Just so whatever game I could put them in, I will. I told you I'm a Lovecraft freak. So I got my knife. We all talked about inheritance. This was my inheritance when my father died. I got a knife. That was it. When my grandfather died, I inherited a thermos, and it got mailed to me. I was living in Albuquerque at the time. I got an old Jackie Gleason thermos, and I put it underneath my sink, and I never opened it. And now I'm always like, what if there was money inside that thermos? I never opened it. So here's the turn order card. Every player gets their own. I love that. I love that. And here are the 32 cards. So now I will look for the proper sleeve deck, and I'll open that up. Any questions? Anybody? 57 people watching me. I'm sorry if this is boring. I was going out of my mind with boredom and cabin fever. Cabin fever is the word I'm thinking of. I got, speaking of Hellboy, I got my Mike Mignola Hellboy cup. Anybody want to join in? I'll throw out the link again. Anybody want to join in? Ooh. Did you hear that? My stomach just growled. My friend Paul sent me I forget the name, Spoonful of Comfort. It's like a company that sends like get well food to friends. And I just finished off the chili today, and my wife made a big thing. My wife made a big batch of rice to go with it, so that was fun. And then I got to talk about this. Oh, did I got it. I'll show it when I'm done with this. I'll show it. But Mabel Bakes, Brittany, Ron Mosicki's wife, sent me a big old freaking box of Patriarch cookies. Oh my God! Did you see those? Can I take a bus to the library? I didn't even think about that. I'm sure I can. I mean, my wife drives me around. I'm, feel like a loser just getting in the passenger seat because I used to do all the driving. She got mad at me because I did my laundry yesterday. That's how bored. It's funny. I actually enjoyed doing my laundry. I hated doing my laundry when I lived in the apartment because you'd have to go outside. You go down the stairs. There's no elevator, so you go down 3 flights of stairs, go out of the building, go around the block, open up the back spooky door, and then there's kids hanging out smoking pot, and then do your laundry. And then you want to sit there because you don't want anybody messing with your laundry. But now, laundry room's right over there. I love doing it. So, is the neck brace driving you nuts? It's driving me nuts. It's absolutely driving me nuts. The first thing I had to do was shave the beard. Oh my God, the beard. And my wife is mad. She likes the beard. She wants me looking like Santa Claus. I like, looking like Santa Claus. Santa Claus is my favorite. So, I'm hoping at the end of August, I could take this brace off and start growing my beard again. Yeah, it's driving me nuts. Why? What's going on at the library? What's going on at the library? So here I am, sleeving. And this artist, one thing I do like, because I'm such a continuity freak, is the art for the fantasy is the same artist. So so the art is all consistent. And yes, you could play this. So here is dice throwing Santa Claus versus Krampus. You could have Captain Marvel versus Krampus or Thor versus Santa Claus. You know, so I love that. I love that. I love when they, have, I guess, plug and play. Is that the correct term? Oh, let's look at her dice. So what symbols does she have? Okay, so she has a photon. The 1, 2s, and 3s are all photons. 4 and 5s are these blue ascends, and the 6 is the hollow star. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I still don't have a problem with Carol Danvers taking the name Captain Marvel. She earned it. Yeah, I mean, Carol Danvers debuted along with Marvel in 1968. She was there from the beginning. I just have a little bit of problem with the execution, and I have a problem with the uniform. Cool shirt. Oh, thank you. Oh, BPRD. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Hey, Tree Goblin, how are you? So I'm just sleeving. I'm inviting people if they want to pop in and talk. You know, it's just, my wife is at work. She was like, should I go? Should I go? I'm like, go to work. You're supposed to go in a certain amount of days a week. And they graciously let her stay home all last week. I'm like, don't take advantage of it. Save it for when I need it. I don't need her to, wait on me hand and foot. So go to work. And now I'm bored. Yes, I'm in the basement. This is where I stream. I stream right over there. That's my desk over there. So, I stream over there. My comic book room is over there. This is my board game table. This is where I have friends over to play. Adam usually sits here. I usually sit where my camera is. I got the TV over there, the steps up there. I got my microwave and popcorn machine right behind me. You can see the water. And I got the bathroom and the refrigerator right over there. Everything you need. I got 2 Lazy Boy recliners over there. I sleep in those because it's nice and cool down here, and I'm supposed to keep my head elevated. So if I sleep in the bed, I'm not keeping my head elevated. And I tell you, man, it's so comfy. So comfy. I slept in my bed the other night, and I didn't use a pillow because if I use a pillow, I bend my neck, So I didn't use a pillow, so I slept on my arm. And oh my God, did it hurt? I know I'm sounding like a crybaby, but whatever. I'm just I could get going stir crazy. So, any questions? Any concerns? I gotta say, Heroic Tales all of a sudden just started having a bunch of sales. So I'm really happy about that. Thank you so much. I was getting nervous about the Kickstarter. I know we're not supposed to use Kickstarter, but the less I say about that, the better. Get less to be used against me in the court of public opinion. But it's tracking to fund on Kickstarter. I mean, I was hoping it would do more, but I naively thought that comic was just gonna go right to 10,000 right away. And here we got Miles Morales Spider-Man, or as I like to call him, Scab Spider-Man. Don't particularly like this character because he was created to curtail the rights of the Ditko estate. The Ditko estate was suing or threatening to sue. So Marvel and Brian Bendis created a different character. So if they lost, they could keep Peter Parker Spider-Man. But now we have Miles Morales. So I just have no respect for Brian Michael Bendis, who created a character to circumvent creator rights. That's like, I just think that's disgusting. And people and everybody's championing Miles Morales. All these left wingers. Meanwhile, he's standing up for a corporation trying to screw the common creator. But I never accused them of being intelligent. So here we go. Okay, and and an invisibility token. All right, so these tokens go here. I should put these standees in here also because so I got to go back and put these standees in with the other one. So that's their tokens. I'm going to open up this pack. Do you know how Michael Keaton felt filming Batman being able to turn your head, shoulder? Yeah, I was joking about that I feel like Michael Keaton, at the risk of also starting a war. I didn't like I had no problems with Michael Keaton, but I thought I didn't like the Tim Burton Batman movies. That wasn't Batman. That was Iron Man. That was Iron Bat. You know, bullets are bouncing and hitting him in the face. And he's dropping bombs and using machine guns. So as far as I'm concerned, there hasn't been a Batman movie. The best screen Batman is the animated series. There hasn't been a, you know, the new Batman with the Twilight Batman. That's the closest, but even that's got problems. You know, he's standing there taking machine gun fire. You know, if Batman's getting hit in the chest, then he's not Batman. You know, he shouldn't be getting shot at. He should be smarter than that. But what do I know? What do I know? Sleeving Miles Morales. Anybody want to join us? 64 people. I'll put the invite in again. Anybody want to join us? You know, this is impromptu, nothing important. You know, we'll talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about. Click on that link. You can join us. I'm just drinking coffee, filibustering, talking nonsense. The animated series is tough to top. Yes, the animated series, to me, it's my favorite Batman, even more than the comics. You know, it's that is the best Batman. My biggest criticism of live action movie Batman is he's never smart enough. Absolutely. I'm just curious to see if. Oh wow, I can do it over here. Oh, cool! I didn't know I could do that. Learning, yay! So if anybody sees this comment, you could join us. Oh wow, I'm playing with my toys. I'm not a boomer. I just play one on TV. It's funny that the next door lady, next door neighbor, Caroline, she was like, "Oh, you look so handsome without your beard." So of course, the jerk that I am, I'm like, "Oh, so I look ugly with my beard?" And she was like, "Never let a good compliment be you know." Should have just taken it. Anybody have problems taking compliments? Anybody? When people compliment me, I just can't deal with it. You know, you could roast me. Last night I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just started watching Don Rickles videos on YouTube of him roasting. You know, on the D. Martin roasts, and he was roasting, and then he would stop and he would compliment, and you could just see people like he was roasted at Lord Green. And Lord Green was laughing, and then Don Rickles started complimenting him, and you could see Lord Green was uncomfortable. You know, that's me. You could roast me, and I'm laughing, but the moment you start complimenting me, I'm like, knock it off, stop. What is this? The Adam West had some great. Yes. My wife bought me the DVDs. I'm pointing over there. I got the Adam West cowl. I got the Adam West utility belt. Matter of fact, I gotta go get those out of the garage. Yeah, everybody says I look younger without the beard. I think my face doesn't have any character without the beard. I don't know. Like Alfalfa, his hair is his personality. So again, people join in. Oh my god. Look at this card. Can you see this card? Milkshake me. Oh god. Milkshake me. I'm never playing Miles Morales. I'm never playing Miles Morales. Did he say that in his movies? Did he say that in the comics? Milkshake me? Oh god. Tragic. Me or the card? Did anybody see your boy Zach? Somebody sent him. Obviously, this guy must work for Marvel. They sent him today the files for the new Warriors with safe space and everything. And Zach is so happy to get it, but at the same time, he's torn. He wants to pirate it and whatever, but he's got to keep his word. Got to keep his. Oh, okay. So we got all this. We got this goes in here. And that goes like that. And this goes like that. Cool. I'm having fun with these. I'm just gonna go back to Carol Danvers, and I'm going to put their standees in here. I didn't appreciate the 60s Batman just from a pure, yeah. I loved it when I was a kid. I was born in 1968, so it was always around. And it was on in the mornings. You know, when I was in kindergarten, we would have half days of school. So sometimes you go in the morning, and then half the year you go in the afternoon. So they had cartoons in the morning and cartoons in the afternoon. And I remember Batman was on like twice. I loved it. What does that even mean, Milkshake Me? He gets 3 hit points back when you play that card. Yeah, so that's super crazy. How are Zach's videos lately? They were getting a bit longer. They were getting. Even my wife was saying, you know, she's been sitting down here with me lately, and when I listen to them, she goes, "How many times is he going to say the same thing?" And that's my. I don't care what he says. We could disagree. You know, I disagree with people. That don't bother me. But when he talks about movies, when he talks about AI, I think he's wrong, but not enough to get offended. You know, I'm very loyal to Zach. But my problem is his 30-minute videos don't need to be 30 minutes. You know, he's saying the same thing over and over and over again. You know, so this punch out board is used up. So these are the little standees that go in the this Dice Throne Adventures board game, where the premise of this game is there's a king who sits on the dice throne, and he makes people fight. You know, so that's why Black Widow is fighting, you know, Doctor Strange or whatever. And then the cooperative game is we all use these to fight against that Beyonder type being, or, you know, the Dice Throne King. I haven't played that yet. I got a lot of games I haven't played yet. So I'm just putting the standees in here. I just love these little compartments. My dad told me that he remembers going to his aunt's house to watch Batman in color. Yeah. That was a big deal. You know, we had one color TV in the house, and that was in like the living room. And then we had a few black and white TVs. So it was a big deal to watch things in color. I watched the Star Wars Christmas special on a black and white TV. I remember the TV was on a chair, and I was sitting on the floor in my bedroom, and I had my Star Wars figures out. And yeah, let's face it, it was really boring. So I watched it, but I didn't really pay attention because it was dull. But when that Boba Fett came on, the cartoon with fight Luke in the ocean with the serpent, oh my God, that was worth it. That was worth it. But the rest of it, I remember Ichibaka watching dancers and stuff like that, and I was just like, "What is this?" I remember Harvey Korman, and what's her name? But here we got Scarlet Witch. Yeah, so yes, I remember seeing, and then I never saw it again because that's the way it was pre YouTube. Oh, these are open already. Oh, that's right. I played this once in a bar, believe it or not. And the guy I played with wanted to be the Scarlet Witch. Now it's Dr. Strange, who was the Scarlet Witch. So let's see what her cards are, her dice are. So we got warps. 1, 2, 3s are warps. Can you see that? 4s are chaos. 5s, oh wow, she's got an extra symbol. 5s are spells, and 6 are crowns. Cool. All right. So let's get her. Here's her card. Dale. I've come to accept his videos are more of a daily stream of consciousness journal than struck. Yes. You know, yeah. You know, I disagree with him lots, but he's a unique guy. I have a lot of respect for him. And even when I disagree with him, he makes a good point. You know, it's not like I disagree with him and then I'm like, that guy's crazy. Like, I don't know. The way he keeps talking about AI and comics, I'm just like, dude, you know, you're not winning any friends. but what you know, he's a big boy. He can think whatever he likes. I find it funny that he said that he made he spent $15,000 making this new comic, Superhero Fatigue, and then he took a 30 and shut it down. Why? Why? That's like self-sabotage. You know what I mean? Like, I laid out $6,000 for my comic. I'm just about to break even. You know what I mean? So I make another $6,000 and shut it down. Let's make $200,000 on my comic, guys. You know, why not? I don't understand. Listening to Zach is like listening to my wife answer questions. So how did your volley? And she pauses. So I woke up at 7. I'm so glad I figured out I could do this. This is so much fun. Zach is going to Zach. Occasionally, yes. Zach, like I said, I'm very loyal. For I don't know what it was. The algorithm gods put me in contact with him like almost day one. I think. What did I watch? I watched something, and then if you like that, you like this. And that's going to drive me nuts that I can't remember. But it's somebody who doesn't do YouTube anymore. So I caught Zach right from the beginning. I started messaging him right from the beginning. I thought what he was doing was important. I thought I was glad that somebody else was thinking the same way as me. You know, and to be honest, I was going through withdrawal symptoms of Marvel and DC. So it was fun to commiserate. Okay, that's what it was. Then when he did the Dark Roast, he said he was going to give links to people. I emailed him for a link, and I didn't get one. And I was like livid. Like, if not me, who? You know, I've been giving you inside information from when I was an electrician at Marvel. I've been commenting on all your videos. You're not going to get. I was like outraged. You know what I mean? But I got over it. But you know, he's an odd guy. You know, I've invited him on my channel, and he just says, he responds every time. He just says no. But whatever. Never give up hope. Yeah, I would love to. I have a lot of respect for the guy. And another guy I have a lot of respect and loyalty to is RJ from the Fourth Age. I think it was Zach who talked about the Sana Amanat video that RJ from the Fourth Age made. I think that's what happened. So I said, "Oh, let me go check that out." And I remember I was taking the bus to work, and then from the bus walking to the job site, and that was like 45 minutes, just in a daze listening to that video. Oh my God. And I subscribed to RJ, and I've been commenting and talking to RJ, and I don't know why, but he took a liking to me in my comments, you know, and he's like my best, you know, comic book YouTube buddy. You know, I talk to RJ quite often, and then I started getting Alterna comics, and just I always liked Alterna comics. I love that they were cheap, and I was like, even if I don't like them, they're cheap, because you know I wasn't into the Baron Rat. Oh, this one's all okay. It's just stuff. I thought it was all ripped, you know. But I appreciated that Baron Rat was a children's comic. So you know, but so I got all the bundles, and then one day I just got Horace H. Hoover, Wolf and Betsy, T-Bird, Throttle. I think they all came in the same, and that was it. You know, and now it's a shame that none of them are with Alterna anymore. But I talk to Brian Bauer every day. I talk to Fabrizio Aiello every day. I messaged Josh Howard. You know, he's a big guy. He's going to be doing the variant Mary Sue cover. Matter of fact, I don't want to pester him, but I haven't heard from him in a month, so I don't think I'll message. I only message my guys on Friday. You know, anybody that works for me, just one message a week on Fridays. You know, that's my philosophy. Unless there was a problem with something that I had to message, but that's you know the exception rather than the rule. So this is Scarlet Witch. This is going a lot faster than I thought. And I appreciate that there's so many people watching. You do something so mundane and dumb while talking. Okay. I got so caught up in my answer that I neglected it. Zach is going to sack occasionally. Yes, he's very thoughtful. Zach is a dichotomy. Part of wants to burn all bridges and retire. Yes. I could see Zach was talking about he wants to get like a job during the day. I can see what he's talking about because after a week of doing nothing, I'm itching to do something. And I think it's more that I can't do anything that's driving me nuts. You know, I mean, I have a broken neck. I can't. The next door neighbor's they chopped down a tree, a big, beautiful tree. I understand why they did it, but oh man, a big, beautiful tree. So they got these big wooden discs. And a friend of mine goes, those would be perfect for targets. Like, you know, roll one into your backyard and put it up high and to throw hatchets at. And I'm like, oh my, that is awesome. But I can't go out and get it right now as much as I want to. And I'm afraid that they'll be gone by the time they're ready. So I understand what Zach's saying is he wants to do something. You know, he's healthy. He's got enough money. You know, where he lives, it's sunny all the time down in South Texas. Still love Zach though. I do miss him ripping up comics and throwing them next to the space heater. yeah. He's calmed down a lot. When success calms you down a lot. I think Zach's problem stem from PC got NAFCA, but that's interesting. I never thought of that. Never thought. Hey, K-pop junkie, how you doing? Good to see you. Any progress on Deep Space Nine? I haven't watched any TV. I take that back. When I get it, when I know it's time for bed, but I'm not sleepy, I put on Space 1999. 5 minutes of Space 1999, your insomnia is cured. I think I'm up to episode 6, and I actually really like this particular episode. Out of 6 episodes, one of them I really liked. Laughing at myself. So I haven't given up on Deep Space Nine. I don't watch TV. Like right now, I'm at the point where if I Sorry, my phone rang. I'll call back later. But oh wow, is the image different? Did the image change? Yeah, the camera died because the phone rang. I'm using my phone over here. Well, it's a big table. It is a big table. It's I got it custom built because I do war games, and with these war games, you got to have a 3 foot by 3 foot mat. So I wanted to have enough space for a 3 foot by 3 foot mat. So this is giving the illusion that it's bigger, but it is a big table. It's huge. Yeah, my phone rang, and what do I do to change the perspective? Let me see. But I got to call back that guy later. He's a good guy. Call him to see how I'm doing. Okay. Is that normal? No, it's not back to normal. I guess this is the way it is. Yeah. See if that'll cause a focus. I don't know. I'm not messing with it. Is it bad? Should I end? But it's zoomed out. Yeah, I'm zoomed out. It's zoomed. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I could change this. Oh, I can't. I can't do anything. Maybe I can. I don't know how to do this stuff. Again, I got a bunch of people watching. 70 people. And if you're snipe streaming this, then your channel is pathetic. Again, here's the link if anybody wants to join in. Anybody wants to join in with me? So now I'm going to do Thor. Here's the board for Thor. Okay. This is like basically they call this like the rules sleeve. The cards I played Thor. Thor is fun to play. It comes with the hit point tracker, the combat point trackers, the dice, the 1, 2, and 3. You can't see, it's too far away now. The 1, 2, and 3 are hammers. 4 and 5s are helmets. Can you see that? No, it's too far away. And then the 6 is a lightning. But it comes with this. I gotta get up and show you this. Comes with this little metal Mjolnir. How cool is that? I'm just gonna see if I could. Oh, that just turns it off. Settings, camera. I don't know. I'm so mad that the setting changed. It drives me nuts. So I'm gonna. Oh, I forgot to put the Scarlet. So I kickstarted the game because it comes with this wooden little token. But if you kickstarted it, you get the big metal hammer. There's the Scarlet Witch. I forgot to put that in the Scarlet Witch box. So I'll do that now before I forget. These are the standees. If you play the cooperative, it's like a cooperative dungeon crawl. It's called Dice Throne Adventures. I haven't played that yet. Where are we? Okay, we're over here. Oh, and I forgot to put this into the Scarlet Witch. There we go. I love that you open it up, it's everything you need to play. And then, the rule book, there's a spot for the rule book right here. I love all that. I just think it's so clever. So now we got Thor cards. Anybody got any comments? Am I missing any comments? No. Anybody want to say anything? K-pop junkie. So tonight at 7 p.m., I will have Lori Cunningham, who does the Sister Grimm comics. She will be on my channel. We'll do an hour-long conversation. I don't know if I'm going to do the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition deities and demigods. I'll do like not a read-through, but I'll look through and commentary on that. I will be on RJ's The Fourth World, The Fourth Age, excuse me, for Comic Book Team Up Wednesday at 8:30. That'll be on his channel, and that's it for the week. So I need guests. People stopped asking me to come on, or people stopped asking me to come on. And to be honest, I stopped going after pros when I started doing my comic. So I got a couple of big names talking about. Mark Miller is rescheduling because the day he was going to come on my channel was the day I crashed. So he says he's going to reschedule. I got JMD and Matisse coming up. I got a couple of people who asked me to get back in touch with them. I don't know if they're being nice. But we'll see what happens. But anybody wants to come on, message me and we'll come on. So I only have one conversation this week. I guess I'll go back to showcasing comics. Yes, she's super nice. You talk about Lori Cunningham. She's wonderful. Glad that you're still active despite my injuries. Yeah, I mean, there's two types of people in this world that you get hurt and you wallow in it. Why me? Or it's like, you got to get up. When I had my hernia surgery, man, this year I've been in the hospital. I managed to avoid the hospital my whole life, and then this year I've been in the hospital a lot. But I was up and out, walking around, immediately. You got to get moving. You got to get moving. They say that the doctors say the faster you start moving, the faster you start healing. You can't just wallow around. Woe is me. That doesn't help. Some of the guys I've had on are looking to be on shows, looking for reviews. Do you want? Yeah, send them my way. Send them my way. I like talking to people about comic books. I like talking to, now I'm like asking people to come on for like the second or third time, Not that there's anything wrong with that. But the conversation series, I kind of like having people like new. And then, I forgot. I'm doing It's Clobbering Time on Friday. It's going to be Hellboy versus Spawn. Last week's Isom versus Cyberfrog went very well. Everybody took it in the spirit that I wanted it to be, which was talking about two comic book characters, not controversial creatives. So I thought that was fun. And this is the last one in this box. This is Loki, and this is going to be the last one that I'm gonna do. Loki is fun. The first time I played this, Adam and I was Loki. Adam was Thor. And Loki is just a pain in the neck, as he's supposed to be. You got illusions. You got these little things that you put them on the other players' sheets, and they can't use their powers. Loki is a pain in the neck. So let's. Here's Loki's card. Here's Loki's board. And I'm so mad that it's like far away, and I'm afraid to start messing with the settings. Let's pop this out before I forget. Just Loki's little stand-in for the standee rather for the game. Hey John, in chat, I'll hang out while I'm working and sweating. All right, what are you doing? Physical labor and yeah. Good. And again, I like having people pop in. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun having people pop in. So if anybody wants to pop in, you could just hit that and pop in, and we'll talk. But I'm probably not going to be doing this much longer because I'm going to be done with Loki in a minute or two. This was just a spur of the moment thing. Loki's got two different type of cards, so I was just wondering if you had two different type of sleeves. Okay. So you got Loki has illusions. When he casts his illusions, you put these three cards out, and one of them is fail, so your attack just misses. This is partial success, you do half damage, and this is success, you got through the illusions. How many meds were the doctors making you take? They gave me Oxycontin, which ain't happening, and then they gave me ibuprofen, which I still take, and muscle relaxants, which I stopped taking because the day after the accident, I was all beat up, and I took those muscle relaxants, and I still didn't take the painkillers, the Oxycontin, but the muscle relaxants really helped because I guess my body was still clenched and tense, and it just hurt, and I was able to sleep and sit in a chair, and then I just was taking them every morning when I woke up, and I realized I couldn't focus. Like I just couldn't focus. That's the only way to describe it. Like I tried to write scripts. I was like, I got nothing to do. I got all these scripts to write. Right now, I'm gonna just bang them all out. I couldn't focus. I tried to play my Civilization game. I couldn't focus. I tried to play a solo board game. Couldn't focus. So I just stopped taking the muscle relaxants. I don't really need them. I'm not in any pain. I'm just uncomfortable from this. And maybe I'm not picking. I'm babying stuff, so it's more cluttered here than I like it because I'm not cleaning up. And it's funny because I don't let my wife clean up down here. This is my area. She has a room upstairs. This is a 3-bedroom house. So there's the main bedroom, and it's my wife and I, and then there's a small bedroom, which is the guest room. There's a fold-out futon, and then bookshelves just filled with books. And that's where all my CDs and my books are. Regular books, not comics. And then there's a medium-sized bedroom that is my wife's work office. And I never go in there. It's funny. I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing when I go in there. you know. So I never go in there. I haven't been in there in months. I don't even know what's in there, you know. So that's the way me and my wife are. She has her space and I have my space. And this down here was, I'm so mad that I didn't take pictures of what it looked like beforehand. I'm so mad. But just picture like a dungeon. Just picture like a dungeon. You know, it was all creepy. It was dark. Over there was a kids just took chalk and they drew. It said Regina. It said Gina the Clown, and it was really, really creepy. My wife's like, I'm never going down that basement, and I was like, this is perfect. And you know, a couple months went by, building the basement. Now it's easily, this is the best part of the house, you know. And as far as the city knows, they don't know I put in a bathroom. They don't know I fixed this up, you know. So according to Zillow, that's my house accumulated like $100,000 in equity, but that's without. You know, I fixed up the garage, I fixed up the basement, so God knows how much it really is. Although, don't tell anybody, but I'll have to get a permit for the bathroom, you know. But I'm an electrician. I'm a construction worker. Just take my word for it. That's a weird side effect. Before and after photos are fun. Yeah, I'm so mad. I'm so mad that I didn't put the photo. I didn't take. I really should have, because I wasn't thinking of YouTube or anything back then. You know, once I sat down, I'm like, oh, it's middle of COVID. What do I do? That's when I started thinking of YouTube. Hail John, hail Chad. Always good catching you live and setting up a game. Thank you, Pity Ma. How the dogs? Hey Ray, how you doing? Hail John, hail Chad. How you doing? Again, guys, I've been putting the link to join me. If you know, I'm just sleeving board game cards. So you know, I'm almost done too. But if anybody wants to pop in, and as always, I keep talking as long as people keep commenting. You know, ever get zapped as an electrician? There was, believe it or not, the building that Marvel Comics was in is an old building. Oh my God, really old. And the wiring that we're talking, like the building wiring, you know, for elevators and lights in the hallways, not particularly the office, but they were old and they were done in like the 30s and 40s. They have this cloth insulation that just crumbles when you touch it. When you see that, you can't even tell if it's red, black, or white. It's just a nightmare. Oh, damn. So I was fixing a light, and the insulation crumbled, and I got zapped. I was a lot heavier at the time, and I was up on a ladder, and I was pressed against a water pipe, and I felt the electricity go through my heart. You know, I was like, "Whoa!" That was the only time I got zapped. That was scary enough. That was scary enough. One time, I was an apprentice, and I was wiring up hi-hat lights, and then when I hired, and you know, I was just wiring them. And when I made the final splice, it's 24 lights. So I started over there, and when I made they went on. So it was live, and I was working on high voltage. But luckily, that one time that I got zapped just taught me to be really good. So I'm pretty fortunate. I'm like the least hurt electrician that I know. Like, you know, I had the hernias, and then, you know, this accident, but this accident wasn't work related. So there you go. I've been zapped as a drywaller. I've heard horror stories of drywallers using the keyhole saw and then cutting through a wire and getting zapped. You know, that's my arm. I told you I slept on my arm and it killed it. But that I've been pretty fortunate. I'm not as hurt. This guy's that just beat up and hurt all the time. I think you should be more worried about asbestos than getting zapped because you live on the East Coast where they used. Yeah, they do. There's a lot of asbestos. If we spot asbestos, well, I'm in a new building. When I was in the Marvel building, yeah, that was a real concern. That was the Merchants building. That was, I think, was built in 1910. But for the past 10 years or so, 15 years, I've been in new construction at the airports, at LaGuardia, at JFK. There's no asbestos, but you're also breathing in diesel fumes. So I'm done. I guess I guess I'll shut this down now. Thank for your kids' words the other day. Oh, kind words. Okay. But I'm going to shut this down. We got 80 people watching. Thank you, everybody. It's just an impromptu bit of nonsense. So I don't know what else to say. I'll be live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Lori Cunningham. And I don't know. Maybe I'll do the Dungeons & Dragons Second Edition Deities and Demigods tonight, or maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. But anybody wants to be a guest, message me. I stopped going after big names, and then I don't mean this in a disrespectful term, but I stopped going after mainstream pros because I was more concerned with my comic. And then, people asking to come on haven't been asking that much lately. So there you go. So I only have one talk scheduled this week. So, I'll be on RJ's tomorrow at 8:30 for Comic Book Team Up. I don't know who the guest is. And then Friday, it'll be it's clobbering time with Hellboy vs. Spawn, open invite. Sunday, it's Sunday Comics. I don't know what I'm going to do for Sunday Comics. If anybody has an idea for Sunday Comics, just shout it out. And I'll see you. All right. So I'm going to end here.